municipalities in South Africa are all governed by the DA. DA mayors are working hard to protect residents from bad governance and mismanagement by getting the basics right, delivering better services and having zero tolerance for corruption. This is the DA difference. The next broadcast will start shortly. Follow us on social media for the latest in news and politics in South Africa. Like and follow our page on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. Be part of the conversation. Tell us what you think in the comment section. And please, like and share our videos with your friends and family. The next broadcast will start shortly. If you care about South Africa and want to make a positive difference, then join the DA. Visit our website at da.org.za for more information. Find out who represents you in your ward and district. Who are the DA mayors working for you in your town or city, and which MPs represent you and your causes in Parliament. On our website, you can learn more about our latest campaigns and how you can get involved. Join the Democratic Alliance to rescue South Africa. Become an activist, become a councillor, become a member of Parliament if you care about South Africa. Please visit donate.da.org.za. Donate to a cause you believe in. Donate to make a difference. Welcome to a broadcast of the Democratic Alliance. Did you know the Democratic Alliance is the stable anchor of the Government of National Unity? DA ministers and DA deputy ministers are getting things done with a special focus on job creation and economic growth, driving down the cost of living and placing the needs of the people first. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. The next broadcast will start shortly. Did you know the best run municipalities in South Africa are all governed by the DA? DA mayors are working hard to protect residents from bad governance and mismanagement by getting the basics right, delivering better services and having zero tolerance for corruption. This is the DA difference. The next broadcast will start shortly. Follow us on social media for the latest in news and politics in South Africa. Like and follow our page on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. Be part of the conversation. Tell us what you think in the comment section. And please, like and share our videos with your friends and family. The next broadcast will start shortly. If you care about South Africa and want to make a positive difference, then join the DA. Visit our website at da.org.za for more information. Find out who represents you in your ward and district. Who are the DA mayors working for you in your town or city, and which MPs represent you and your causes in Parliament. On our website, you can learn more about our latest campaigns and how you can get involved. Join the Democratic Alliance to rescue South Africa. Become an activist, become a councillor, become a member of Parliament if you care about South Africa. Please visit donate.da.org.za. Donate to a cause you believe in. Donate to make a difference. Let's rescue South Africa. Join the DA, because the DA gets things done.
Ja, was permission to breathe. Good morning, everybody, to members of the media, to our esteemed guests that are here. I've seen quite a number of colleagues that are here as well. I want to say a hearty welcome to all of you. My name is Solim Simang. I'm the federal chairperson. It still feels unreal. I'm the federal chairperson of the Democratic Alliance. And today we're here for an exciting project. We're here to make a bold announcement, a serious announcement about where we are and where we are going forward and who is going to help us to get there. I've always said that, our cities, our local governments, our municipalities are engines of growth, engines of where South Africa should be heading. And therefore, it is important that when we are lubricating and getting these engines to run, we do that with an understanding that when they fail, then provinces fail. And when provinces fail, South Africa fails. And when South Africa fails, I say Africa fails. And we need to then make sure that we are able to then get it right from the local upward. And this is why the Democratic Alliance is the only political party that will, a year or months in advance, be able to then say, this is what we're putting forward. We're putting our people forward. You can test, you can go and assess who they are, what they're all about. We are not scared of putting our best out there and allowing them to be scrutinized. And this is why today is so important, because we understand that we now need captains of these engines at a local level to be able to then drive the kind of change that we want to then see happening, the kind of involvement and development that should be happening from a local, contributing to what is happening at a provincial level, ultimately contributing to where we want to then see South Africa going. So it is a great pleasure to welcome all of you here this morning and to kick us off and to make sure that we are able to then introduce these engines that we are now going to be dealing with as we get ready for the 2026 local government elections. And I must say, Jordan, that, it's not all political parties that are able to then sit like this and there's no bodyguards waiting, to see who's bringing in chairs, is going to start throwing in chairs there. You don't have the president of a political party announcing himself and then announcing how he's going to be the deputy to himself and all of that. But this happens to other political parties. But in the Democratic Alliance, we allow systems to kick in where proper vetting takes place and systems that are able to then get people through the process that ultimately when you have somebody elected, that this is the person that would have gone through a rigorous testing, would have gone through a rigorous, assessment to ensure that ultimately we're able to present to the people of that municipality and to the people of South Africa the best that we know that we'll be able to then put forward. I hope that your candidates are not going to be swimming in canoes and all of that and doing backstrokes, but they must find something else that they'll be able to then do. So it is a great pleasure to welcome all of you once again, and let me now also welcome and thank the leadership that is here. Please allow me now to call onto stage Tertius Simmons to come and address us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goeiemorgen, Molweni, assalamu alaikum to all of you. What a great morning it is as we are set to announce our next cohort of mayoral candidates, which is our provincial leadership's next bold step as we are now more and more focused on local government elections 2026. And the cohort of mayoral candidates, which we will proudly announce here this morning, are leaders who are ready to serve all of our people. They are ready to work, hulle wil pad toe gaan, and they are actually ready to deliver. Because at the end of the day, we all understand that local government is where politics ultimately becomes personal, and we have seen a lot of that over the last few months in the Western Cape in the number of by-elections which we've had. But it is also the road that you drive on, and many of you can attest to the quality of the roads that you drove coming here in the city, which is under our leaders' command as well. It is where water ultimately flows when you open the tap. It is where your street lights must work. It is where your refuse must be collected, regularly so. And it is whether your family feels safe in their own home. That's the impact of the leadership which leads a municipality. And South Africans know the truth. They understand that when municipalities fail, communities suffer. But they also know another truth, and in the Western Cape, a number of our municipalities are blessed to know this truth, that where and when the DA governs, things ultimately work for all of our people, because we believe that people deserve towns, and in our case, we have 5 districts that must work for all of our people. Our provincial roads are maintained, our municipal roads are maintained. We ensure across all our 30 municipalities that our water flows. We are constantly upgrading and maintaining our infrastructure. So in the Western Cape, communities feel what they vote for because of the quality of mayors who lead our caucuses and who we do believe will lead our caucuses and council post-election 2026. Because that is what today is ultimately all about to all of us here. It is about presenting and, yes, announcing leaders who put up their hand, but who fully understand that public office is not a prize, ladies and gentlemen. It is a massive responsibility, more so for those of us who are proud DA members. It is leaders who understand they must know their community street by street, ward by ward, household by household. These are leaders who I believe will wake up every day asking one simple question: how do we make life better for the people that we were elected to serve? Because our candidates are not being chosen just to make speeches. Geen sins. They are being chosen to fix what still needs to be fixed, to maintain what needs to be maintained. But we are also preparing as the Western Cape for the future. How do we take local government into that future through our local governments in conjunction with where this provincial government is heading as well? How will they attract innovatively investment to unlock the true potential of all of our towns? How will they create safer neighborhoods in partnership with key stakeholders? How will they keep the lights on innovatively into the future? And how will they restore the pride of our towns and our secondary cities and in the city as well? And I want us to be clear, the work starts by bringing dignity. The dignity which local government ensures that parents ensure that they can get a job. They can provide for their families. And all of this is made possible in towns where local government is sustainable, but ultimately they understand their role and their purpose is way beyond just serving an office. So this election that we are preparing for has very, very few questions for our voters to answer as well. Who do they believe can govern? And who has a track record of governing them and improving the quality of their lives? Who has proven that they can manage money? And who can innovatively manage that money into the future? Which party where we govern have kept our promises at local government? But above all, who has delivered results consistently year on year for all of our people? So today's announcement is not just about our candidates. And believe me, I am super proud of the cohort of leaders we will be announcing here today. It is about the confidence which we as a party have in these candidates. But it's up to them to continue building the momentum as we gear up in the Western Cape for an historic local government election which is upon our shores. It's about getting a team ready to build stronger communities across our Western Cape, but also understanding our province is the beacon of hope for other municipalities beyond our shores who we can share our knowledge with. So for the media and to the broader community out there who are following us online, stay with us, walk with us, but more importantly, after the Congress where these 2 proud leaders were elected, let's now build with us a stable local government, and ultimately towards 2029, we can help reshape and build a better South Africa there. Because the road ahead for us is clear. All of us who will be queuing to vote for our mayors and our councillors in due course. The DA in the Western Cape is ready. Our national leadership is energetic, and believe me, they are truly ready. And now the DA is ready to announce our next cohort of mayoral candidates in the Western Cape. So kom patu. Siyabangena. Thank you.
Kom marpatu. Indeed, it is important, as we said right from the beginning, that if we understand that local government is where rubber hits the road, it's where things must happen. You can talk about all the policies at a national level, but if we're not getting things right at a local level, then you are failing. You are failing. You can have the best constituency in the world, but if that constituency doesn't translate into things happening at a local level, where water must be flowing, we're talking about water. We have a premier in Gauteng that believes that taking a shower at a hotel is a solution to the problems that we're sitting with. Instead of saying, how do we then assist municipalities in terms of addressing the challenges of not having water, the challenges of having factories that are bleeding out and closing day in, day out. That's where local government kicks in. Local government is supposed to then say, how do we then ensure that this factory that is here doesn't close down because thousands of mouths are going to go hungry? How do we prevent this factory from closing? And how do we make sure that not only do they continue to operate here, but they also now become an envy of others that want to then come and invest and must see this as a beacon of hope and where they can actually then invest and get some more. That's what local government is all about. But anyway, as we have said earlier on, the DA is all about that. The DA is about getting it right and making sure that ultimately we are able to then provide better services to our people and a better life that had been promised to our people. And I think, this message resonates well with what Jordan has been saying about how the DA is positioning itself to be the biggest party in South Africa, but also how do we then use that position of being the biggest party to be the ultimate provider of better governance for the people of South Africa. And I think is well positioned to then tell us more about that. And Jordan, let me welcome you onto stage right now.
Thank you so much. A very, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Goeiemorgen, molweni, assalamu alaikum. Welcome here, and thank you very much to the members of the media for joining us this morning, and to everyone else, our colleagues, our candidates, their families. It's really lovely to see you all. And I'll have an opportunity to congratulate our candidates in a few minutes. But let me just say a couple of things about the pride that I feel this morning. Last week, Sunday, at our Congress, many of you were there, I spoke about the pride that we members of the DA feel when we put on our DA colors, our DA jackets or our DA shirts. And that pride is not just because we believe in this party and its cause and what we're trying to do for South Africa, but also because we can justifiably feel a sense of pride that if we agree the point of politics is to govern well, then of all the political parties, the many dozens of political parties on that ballot paper, we are the party that can rightfully claim that mantle, that we are delivering the best government in South Africa. And that is something that we can really be proud of. Because I think in the last election, there were 150 political parties that contested the elections at various parts of the country. 150. So no one is spoiled for choice. Any political party that you can think of that serves whatever niche you can think of, it's there. And yet, out of all of those, we see one clear trend emerge. Where this political party is elected, things start to get better. Things start to work. People start to get into work. The economy starts to grow. People get more dignified basic services. That is why we are here. That is why this party exists. And I think we can really be proud of that. So all of us in this room serve something much bigger than ourselves. We serve this idea of making a successful South Africa, of making our country work. And that is why we're in politics, and that is what we're expected to do in each of our jobs each and every day, to serve with humility and a spirit of service, and to get our country, our city, our town, wherever we are responsible, to get that place working for everyone. And that is what we are here to celebrate today in the announcement of our next batch, our next cohort of mayoral candidates who are going to be our lead candidates for this local government election in these towns. Now, every single election boils down to a fundamental choice. A choice between going backwards and going forwards. That is the choice that every South African faces in every town and city across our country in this election. We have seen so many of our cities and towns go backwards for so long. And we have seen many of our towns and at least one of our cities go forwards. And it's not luck, it's not fluke, it's not just by happenstance that happens. It's because voters have decided to back a party that is genuinely committed to public service, to making those places work, to moving them forwards. And that is the choice that voters will face in these towns that we are announcing today in later this year in our local government election. So I really want to wish all of these candidates the very best of luck, and I'm going to be touching wood and crossing fingers and holding thumbs for all of you. The next 6, 7, 8 months is going to be hard work on the campaign trail. And I really associate myself with what Tasha has said. It's about getting out there into the streets, getting to know every person, every street, every ward, every community, every block, every issue, you name it. And then, if you win the trust and support of the public, then the hard work really begins. Because then you have to demonstrate the DA difference in government. And when I think of the DA difference, it starts even with the process that we have followed to get to this day. Because we are not here just to announce the names of some people we've picked because they are people that we know, or people who are our friends, or people who've given us something or done us favors or are going to do us favors. This is not our choice. This is a process, an institution that has been built in the party over many years, and which delivers a rigorous, thorough process. Each of these candidates has been through a battery of interviews before electoral colleges and selection panels. They've been through tests, and they have emerged as the candidate with the highest number of points. And that is a really important part of the DA difference, because we are not a party run on patronage. We are not a party run on whatever today's wishes are of the leader that just tweets it out or puts it on Facebook or something. We are a party of proper institutions that deliver better governance over time. And people can feel assured that maybe they're not happy with the outcome. Of course, there will always be disappointment in politics, but they can be assured of the fairness of the process. And that is a profound difference that we have. And that difference then flows through into the quality of government that we get from DA leaders in government. And let me be clear to our colleagues who are about to be announced as mayoral candidates. I offer you my warm and sincere congratulations. I offer you my warm and sincere congratulations. It is a huge responsibility, as Tertius has said, because from you we expect the DA difference in government. That is why you have been given this position of responsibility. That is why you have earned this position of responsibility through this process. What do we mean by the DA difference in government? We expect our governments to hold themselves to an unmistakably higher standard. We do not want anyone to look at a DA government and not be able to tell the difference between those who we are trying to replace. They must be unmistakable, unashamed, undeniably different and better. A higher ethical standard, a higher moral code, honest with public funds, a good steward of the resources that have been placed in our responsibility, committed to governing well for everyone. Whether they vote for us or not, we govern well for everyone. Everyone must feel the quality of life improvements, the opportunity improvements from having the DA in government. And they must be able to see that DA difference tangibly. We care about doing the basics well. We invest in things that make cities and towns work, rather than governing for ourselves while watching those cities and towns break. Those are the things that make the DA different. So please embody that DA difference. You are the representation of that difference in your town now. Of course, you will have a team around you, and you'll have a campaign team, and when you win, as I'm confident you will have a mayoral committee and so on, and all of you embody that DA difference. And if you do that, then we will continue to grow from strength to strength and win more support from more people so that we can deliver on our ultimate goal, which is turning around South Africa and making South Africa work, and building it into the country that we know is possible. So congratulations on coming through this process. It has been a rigorous process. By the way, I am also personally going through that same process, so I know exactly what you're going through. And that process is still ongoing, but I know how fair and rigorous the DA's processes are. Thank you for being prepared to stand up for turning around and succeeding in local towns. They are the absolute heartbeat of government in South Africa. I will just say this, that last week, Sol and I went campaigning directly after Congress. We went straight to the ground level where we actually love to be. We went to Soweto, we went to Attridgeville, we went to Laudium, I went to Mogale. You couldn't join me in Mogale. And it's an interesting thing. Every concern that you hear from residents, nearly every concern, we heard one or two national government concerns, but nearly every concern relates to a local government matter. This is why I love being a mayor so much. It is such a great job in South African politics because you can address those concerns directly. When we were in Soweto, we heard the struggles that the small business owner was going through to get their Shisanyama registered. We were listening to issues around the maintenance of basic things in Laudium. In Mogale, we were listening to the poor upkeep of the local taxi rank and transport infrastructure, all local government issues. And we are the best at fixing those issues in the DA. So well done to these candidates. You represent the best of South Africa. You represent the best of our party. You represent the DA difference. Go and get these towns working for everyone. Thank you so much.
When the new federal chair says you must just go up and take his spot, you listen to him. But solely from my side, already congratulated the colleagues on my right, but it's your first official engagement since you were elected as our federal chair. So congratulations and welcome to the Western Cape. And we will do our part to help turn this country around. So thank you, Solly, so much. Colleagues, members of the media, those following us online, we announced 11 mayoral candidates today. The three biggest municipalities outside of the metro. We're announcing the most northern municipality in the Western Cape. We're announcing the most eastern municipality. But to start with, we start with the municipality called Bergrivier. Not all towns listed, but towns like Redlinghuis, Piketberg, Veldrif. This candidate brings extensive experience in local government leadership and governance. As part of the Bergrivier local municipality across 2 of 3 consecutive terms under the DA governance, he has played a central role in strengthening the municipality's financial position and improving service delivery outcomes. During his tenure, Bergrivier has achieved 10 consecutive clean audits, evidence of a sustained commitment to responsible financial management, transparency, and accountability. He has also served as a member of the mayoral committee over multiple terms, contributing to strategic decision-making and providing oversight across critical service delivery portfolios. Please put your hands together for Mario Wessels, Bergrivier. Behind us. Our next candidate comes from a municipality called Cape Agulhas. Towns like Napier, Elim, Bredasdorp, Struisbaai, and others. The candidate for Cape Agulhas is a solutions-driven leader, deeply rooted in the communities of this small coastal region. Leading Cape Agulhas municipality, which has achieved 11 consecutive clean audits, he places strong emphasis on getting the fundamentals right while ensuring continued progress. He maintains a close connection with the people he serves, actively nurturing positive relationships with residents and engaging them in meaningful ways, such as sharing inspirational quotes on his Facebook page. I think he added that to get his followers up. The next candidate for Cape Agulhas, Raymond Ross. And I neglected to say the southernmost tip of Africa we're announcing today as well. The next municipality is the biggest outside of the city of Cape Town, Drakenstein, covering towns like Paarl, Wellington, Saron, Gouda and Hermon. Under his leadership, the Drakenstein local municipality has sustained clean audits and strong financial discipline while advancing infrastructure projects that strengthen service delivery and support thriving communities. He leads with quiet consistency and action. Beyond official duties, he remains grounded and focused, committed to building a municipality that truly serves its residents. Drawing on his background in correctional services, he has guided Drakenstein's growth with purpose and convictions since 2024. Give a round of applause to the Drakenstein candidate, Stephen Korabi. Our next candidate has called the Garden Route home for over 35 years and brings real local pride to the role. A former Outeniqua High Kwacha, he pairs a strong background in finance, logistics, and public administration with an eagle-eyed focus on delivery. Relationship building is his motto, firstly with the voters, the private sectors, and then importantly the 7 local municipalities that fall within the district. Since entering local government in 2021, he has quickly built a reputation for action through roles in community safety and finance, driving practical solutions and working closely with communities to keep the region moving forward. Your Garden Route District mayoral candidate, Mare Creer.
I like him.
They're getting approval from the speaker there.
The most eastern municipality in the province, the mayoral candidate coming from Crags, which covers also the main town of Plettenberg Bay. Bito municipality, this candidate is a leader who knows Bito municipality not from a distance but through a lived experience. Her administration has driven key upgrades to roads and public infrastructure while advancing electrification projects that have expanded access to basic services for more households. She has also supported housing initiatives, including the issuing of title deeds to residents. Beyond politics, she is shaped by the people of Bito, resilient, approachable, and committed to the municipality she serves. For her, leadership is not about holding a title, but about doing the hard work and ensuring Bito remains a place where everybody can thrive. Please put your hands together for the Bito mayoral candidate, Jessica Kamkam. And the hometown of our provincial leader as well. And Jordan, I forgot about that. Born in Knysna.
Yeah, that's right.
When Knysna still delivered.
Delivered baby.
The next candidate comes from the municipality of George. So many towns that cover it, but anything from Uniondale to Wilderness to Victoria Bay, Harold's Bay, and everything in between. Rising through the ranks from a ward councillor to a mayoral committee member and now the mayor, George Mayoral candidate represents a new generation of leadership. A qualified diagnostic radiographer, he brings a detailed-orientated approach to governance. During his tenure as MMC for civil engineering, he played a key role in advancing infrastructure upgrades to roads, water and sanitation, resulting in the town's strong service delivery record. The George local municipality continues to be recognized as one of South Africa's best-run municipalities, marked by clean governance and consistent performance. Guided by humility and compassion, he remains focused on sustaining stability and ensuring that residents benefits from ongoing growth in George. Put your hands together for the George Mayoral candidate, Browan Johnson. Now to the northernmost municipality in our province, Matsikama. Our next candidate is a young leader driven by a strong commitment to serving communities. Before his 2025 election as the Ward 7 councillor in Van Reinsdorp, he held leadership roles in both community and police forums. An entrepreneur in the tourism sector, he brings practical business insight to his public service role. With deep roots in the greater Matsikama local municipality, from Lutzville to just under Kamiskroon, he is grounded in the realities of the communities he represents. He is consistently present and ready to serve his ward and now the greater municipality. He now steps forward with a clear intention to move Matsikama ahead and create meaningful opportunities for residents to prosper. Put your hands together for Matsikama, Richard van Huisteen. The next municipality, Overstrand. You would know it. You would know it as the municipality where the whales come and visit, but it's anything from Rooiels to Wolvengat and even a town called Baardskeerdersbos in between. Our next candidate is a results-driven leader who has translated long-standing plans into tangible delivery across the beautiful Overstrand local municipality. As MMC for Infrastructure Services, he has worked to cut red tape, support small businesses, and drive job creation. He has also led forward-looking initiatives such as the Overstrand Mobility Centre while strengthening the municipality's role in sustainability and climate innovation. His leadership has helped position Overstrand as a top-performing municipality, attracting investment, growing tourism, and earning multiple national awards for environmental excellence. In 2023, he played a role in the municipality's recognition by the Western Cape government for outstanding service delivery and sound governance. Please put your hands together for the Overstrand Municipality mayoral candidate, Clinton Laram. Our next municipality is called Swartland. Towns like Eiserfontein, Malmesbury, and where our candidate comes from, the town of Darling. Since taking office as executive mayor in 2021, he has led Swartland local municipality to consistent national recognition for excellence in governance and service delivery. Under his leadership, Swartland has ranked among South Africa's top performers on the Ratings Africa Index and secured major accolades, including top honors at the Municipal Performance Awards and Public Sector Innovation Award, through which more than 600 permanent job opportunities were created for the residents. His track record speaks for itself. In Swartland, in good governance is not just a promise, but a demonstrated reality. Put your hands together for Swartland mayoral candidate Harold Cleophas. Thank you. The next municipality is Stellenbosch, and in a municipality that covers Klapmuts, Peniel, Idasvallei, Franschhoek, this candidate was born and raised in Kloetersville. Stellenbosch, our next candidate, has deep roots in the community he serves. His upbringing has shaped him into a proud Stellenbosch resident with a strong commitment to community development. Since his election in 2024, he has prioritized safety, infrastructure, housing delivery, and economic growth with the tangible results that's already evident. Representing the Stellenbosch local municipality, he is known for his accessibility, often walking to council meetings and appointments. This grounded approach keeps him connected to residents, allowing him to listen, engage, and respond meaningfully to everyday challenges they face. Put your hands together for Stellenbosch mayoral candidate Jeremy Vasser.
Well done, Jeremy. Well done. Proud of you, man.
And then the last one for today, the 26th candidate that we have announced in the Western Cape. So after today, we would have announced 26 of our 30 mayoral candidates. And we keep the candidates we announce.
Well done.
So the next municipality is Witzenberg, covering towns like Ceres, Tulbagh, Woolsley, and others. Our final candidate has brought a practical, community-centered leadership approach since becoming mayor of Witzenberg local municipality in 2023. Under his leadership, the municipality has maintained its clean audit record while investing in essential infrastructure such as roads, water, and sanitation services. He has placed a strong emphasis on supporting vulnerable residents, creating employment opportunities for young people, and strengthening Witzenberg's role as a key agricultural and tourism hub. Remaining closely connected to communities, he demonstrates compassion and commitment to all residents. To the Witzenberg mayoral candidate, put your hands together, Trevor Abrams. The only municipality where you're allowed to burn Africa Burn is around the corner in Witzenberg. So now I'm going to ask that the candidates sign the pledge. After that, I'll ask that the provincial leader, the federal chair, and then the federal leader sign the pledge as well. First up, Mario Wessels from Bergrivier. While they're signing the pledge, I'm not going to try, while I call them, to also just read it for you, so if the people sign it can just stay out of my line of sight as well. The next one to sign is Raymond Ross, Cape Agulhas. They say, by signing this pledge, we individually and collectively affirm that we will be faithful to our residents, will obey and respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. The next person is Stephen Korabi. The pledge continues by saying we will fight to take back. We have broad shoulders representing the party, but also broad shoulders preventing me from reading that pledge. The next candidate to sign is Mare Creer. The next on the pledge, we will fight to take back our streets by tackling the socio-economic drivers of crime, expanding municipal enforcement capacity, and calling for policing to be managed and run by capable municipalities with the powers to investigate and prevent crime. The next one to sign would be Jessica Kamkam, and this is why we have an excellent federal chair who has just helped me with that. Thank you, Jessica. The next one is Browan Johnson. The next point on the pledge is we will create jobs by making DA municipalities the easiest place to do business by supporting small businesses, cutting red tape, and attracting investment. The next one to sign is Richard van Heijsteen. There's also the next point on the pledge. We will ensure clean and accountable governance, rooting out corruption and spending money to deliver services to our residents and protect the future of the children. The next candidate is Clinton Latham. On the pledge, it says, we will, through every decision and policy we pursue in public office, build an open opportunity society for all and abide by the values and principles of the Democratic Alliance. Jeremy Vasse from Stellenbosch, you can go up. After that is Harold Cleophas from Swartland. And after that, we've got Trevor Abrams from Witzenberg. I am then going to call up our provincial leader, Minister Tertius Simmers. And at the end of the pledge, it says, this pledge is our binding commitment to our residents to listen to their issues, support their futures, and continue bringing hope and delivery to our towns and cities across the province. The next person to sign is our federal chair, Solly Msimanga. And then our brand new federal leader, Mayor Jordan Neil Lewis.
Well, thank you very much, Jaco. Thank you very much to Tertius and to the leader for being here today to really stamp the kind of approval that we are giving to the mayoral candidates that are behind us here. And, Jaco said something very important. We don't announce them and retract them because we take them through a process. And this is not a choice of whether somebody smiled at me today or not. We're putting people that have a background that will be able to stand the test of time. And we want to then say to all of you, the best of luck. We are ready to go and serve the people of the Western Cape and its municipalities. You are going to continue to be at the engine, and you are the pistons of getting that Western Cape, engine running. And I know that you are chasing after a 1 trillion rand economy, and each of you are going to be responsible for a portion of that. And we are really, really, truly behind you. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are your latest announcements of the mayoral candidates of the Western Cape. There's others that have been announced, and I'm sure there's still going to be others that will be announced very, very soon. That said, we want to then invite members of the media. You will be able to then have one-on-ones and a photo opportunity with the mayoral candidates that are here. The leaders that are also here are more than happy to then field any questions that you might be having. So thank you very, very, very much. And to our activists and other public representatives that are here this morning, thank you very much for coming out. And yeah, let's go out there and do what needs to be done. The state on part two to come. So, on part two. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. There are your candidates. We're presenting over them to you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. Like and follow us on Facebook,